recalling. So, but dementia is not only about forgetting names or places. So, I would like to tell a one-line sentence is that old age does not only take memory away, it slowly takes the story of a person that tells about themselves. So, diseases like Alzheimer first affect the recent memories, and gradually old memories also fade away. So over time, patients may even stop recognizing their loved ones. So because of this, what happens? The pain is not only affected to the patient, but also their families, caregivers, and everyone who are emotionally connected to them. So today, most memory support systems are very basics. So here, people use sticky notes, calendars, reminders boards, or simply voice assistant. So these tools treat memory like a list or facts to remember. But human memory does not work like that. Our memories are connected to emotions, voices, relationships, routines, and personal experiences. So, what is missing in the current system is the person's unique way of speaking, the emotional connection, their life stories, and personalized support based on their moods. So, this is the gap which memory sphere aims to fill. So the main idea behind memory sphere is AI is very simple. The best time for AI to learn about the person is when they are still mentally healthy. So during the healthy years, the system slowly learns the person's voice, family members, his routine lifestyle, his story, and the emotional patterns. Then during the early memory decline, the system provides gentle reminders and support system. So, for example, showing a family member's name before a video call, or reminding the patients about shared memories, or giving calming prompts during confusions. So, last phase is the advanced stage. It can help caregivers by providing personalized care informations and calming narratives for patients. So next we'll be seeing the system's four layers. So it is divided into data acquisition, processing and encoding, persistent memory storage, and last is the user face interaction where the actual caretaker and the patient will be involved in it. So layer one is the data collection. Here, the system collects the data such as voice recordings, photographs, family interviews, and also a wearable sensor data and biometric readings. Then in layer two is the processing part where the speech is converted into text using any AI or any data models. Then it will identify who is speaking. It will detect the face and then it will identify their voice structure. Then the system will understand the relationship and the events, and it will also recognize the emotional tone and learns the patient's speaking style. So the third stage is the storage stage. So when these data are collected and processed, there needs to be a storage part where those data will be stored. So a memory database will be created, then a relationship map will be done, and then identify profiles, and all these data will be encrypted in a media storage. So last one is the user interaction. This is the layer where the actual patient and the caregivers will be directly using it. So it will be including a conversational AI companion, reminder and prompt system, then context-aware memory retrieval, and a caregiver dashboard. So across all these layers, a strong privacy, encryption, and consent management and audit tracking are maintained. So when we talk about AI, the first thing that comes in our mind is the data privacy, how our data will be secured and what is the measures that will be taking about the privacy. So what about privacy? Memory Sphere AI focuses strongly on privacy in three major steps. First is on-device encryption. All personal data stays encrypted on the patient's device. Even the companies providing the software cannot access those raw data. Second one is the federated learning. So the AI model improves by sharing learning patterns, not personal recordings or photos. Third one is the renewable consent, which is the major impact in this AI. That is, every 6 months, the patient or legal guardian can review what data the system is allowed to use. If consent is removed, the data is permanently erased from the system. The system also keeps a secure audit log showing every memory retrieval performed by the AI. So in this way, the security is also provided in the system. So now let us see how the system responds when a patient becomes confused. So this process happens in six major steps. First one is the system checks the current situation it will check the time, what is the where is the location, and what all are the nearby faces. Then it will understand the type of problem. So what is the patient involved with? Is he emotionally distressed, or is he confused, or a memory recall needs to be taken? The third step is it searches related memories from the patient's stored experiences. Then it verifies relationships and context for accuracy. Then it removes any patient's previous marked as upsetting. Finally, it presents a calm and familiar response. So if voice permission is available, the response can even be spoken in a familiar voice. So the most importantly, the system learns over time. It understands which responses calm the patients and which one creates stress, becoming more personalized with each and every interaction. So now I'll be telling about the survey methods that I've used. So to understand whether people would actually accept such a system, so we conducted a survey between January till March 2026. So the survey included 84 family caregivers and 61 old adults above the age of 60. So the questionnaires contained demographic questions, usefulness and expectance rating, and concerns related to AI and privacy. So participants were recruited from senior citizens, centers, and caregiver supporters group. So this is the survey result. So acceptability, the overall responses was positive. 79% believed the system could help manage memory loss. Then 85% supported caregivers, supervision of the AI. 75% preferred storing data directly on the device instead of the cloud. So, however, some features created concern, like only 59% supported passive recording of the conversations. So, voice cloning was the most controversial feature. So, only 52% supported it, while 31 opposed it. So, this shows that people support the goal of helping patients but remain cautious about data collection and privacy. So the biggest concern was data privacy and third-party access mentioned by the 71% of the respondents. So other concerns included reduced human interactions with caregivers, misuse of voice cloning, and AI generation false memories. So because of this, the system is designed to stay silent whenever memory confidence is low rather than giving incorrect information. So the main challenge here is not technology alone, it is the trust, ethics, and governance. So here are the real life use cases when we use this system. First, for example, if a retired teacher forgets her grandchildren's, including their names, so what it will do, before each call, the system will quietly display the grandchildren's name, his age, and a recent shared memory, or even a photo will be displayed on his or mobile or even laptop. So the conversation will feel natural and comfortable. Second example, if an elderly person with Alzheimer becomes anxious in the evening and repeatedly asks for a parent who passed away many years ago. So here, majorly what they do, they try correcting that patient harshly, or even they tell each and everything repeatedly. So here, what my system would be do, instead of correcting the patients harshly, the AI gently will respond with a calming, familiar story and redirects attention towards a comforting evening routine. Third example, when a new caregiver joins, so he won't be knowing the patient's history. So what the system will do, it will provide a short personalized profile, including the food preferences, what the person would like to have, and what is our favorites, and then sensitive topics, then religious practices, and comforting conversations. So these all will be in the caretaker's dashboards. So now we will see the limitations and future work. So this research has few limitations. So my research was mostly conducted within a limited geographical areas. So opinions may differ across cultures. So the system is currently conceptual and not yet been tested in clinical environment. And voice cloning also raises ethical and emotional concerns that technology alone cannot completely solve. So the future enhancement would be clinical trials, then stronger AI evaluation, cybersecurity testing, and expanding studies across different countries and cultures. So, at last, I would like to conclude my research. So, memory loss is not the focus of information, it is often the loss of identity and the personal story. So memory loss is an attempt to preserve that story. So by learning from person while they are healthy, the system hopes to provide comfort, familiarity, and emotional connection during later stages of memory decline. So now the real responsibility lies in designing it ethically, safely, and compassion. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, madam, for your wonderful presentation.
Yeah.